Guys, I did it. I have hair on my camera. I finally ripped the damn band-aid off and I have started the Artist's Way. If you're not familiar with it, it's a 12-week program to essentially unblock your creativity. And it's kind of intense. Every day for 12 weeks, you have to do 3 pages of journaling in the morning, first thing. And I did it today for the first time. It took me 40 minutes. And then once a week, you have to go on an artist date. We're doing that today. We are doing that today. I am at Sutro Baths. I'm very excited. Oh my God, I'm engaged. Totally forgot to mention that. I got engaged last week. Once a week, an artist date. You just take yourself out and you do something. So I want to make a series and just film all of my artist dates. So this week we're here at Sutro Baths. There's kind of more people than I thought there would be here, but this is gonna be a good practice of just like fucking filming outside of my house for once. Yeah, let's do some exploration. I want to talk about some stuff that I like in the book. So let's go explore. All right, we made it to the beach, folks. Kind of hot, actually, which is weird. Brought a little LaCroix, and we're posted up here. I was reading chapter 1 last night. I literally feel like this book is speaking to me. Like, this book was written for me, and it wasn't. I am really excited by how much it already resonates. Making sure there's no one behind me. We're fine. There was a couple things that I wanted to talk about that I highlighted because I was just like, what the fuck? The Artist's Way is like a 12-week... I already talked about what it was in the car. Hey, I already talked about what it was in the car, okay? Okay, so week 1, recovering a sense of safety. I have mentioned this before, but I have OCD, girl, of the intrusive thought kind. So a lot of fears. And there's different themes that you can have. And I have a few different ones. Here are some that aren't that personal, you know, like super violent ones. And there's a section called Your Enemy Within, Core Negative Beliefs. And there's a list of commonly held negative beliefs. I can't be a successful, prolific, creative artist because everyone will hate me. I will hurt my friends and family. I will go crazy. I will abandon my friends and family. I don't have good enough ideas. It will upset my mother and or father. I will have to be alone. If I'm straight, I'll find out that I'm gay. If I'm gay, I will find out that I am straight. I will feel too angry. I will never have any real money. I will get self-destructive and drink, drug, or sex myself to death. My lover will leave me. I will die. I will feel bad because I don't deserve to be successful. I will only have one good piece of work in me. So I highlighted this. Negative beliefs are exactly that. Beliefs, not facts. The world was never flat, although everyone believed that it was. You are not dumb, crazy, egomaniacal, grandiose, or silly just because you falsely believe yourself to be. And I love this because I thought that it really only applied to people with like OCD and intrusive thoughts, but this is common. Like, we all think we're insane. Do we? Hey now, do we? This is what shook me in my boots. What you are is scared. Core negative beliefs keep you scared. The bottom line is that core negatives, personal and cultural, always go for your jugular. They attack your sexuality, your lovability, your intelligence, whatever vulnerability they can latch onto. That is something that I really have been trying to remind myself and like practice in my everyday life constantly, is that when a thought feels bad or shameful or like jarring, it is immediately not a useful thought. And that's like a practice that I've been doing, honestly, at this point for years with my OCD therapy. But like the fact that it translates into the artistic side of my life, it's like it's almost a relief. I've always felt, being vulnerable here, I've always been like convinced that I'm gonna do something big or interesting or cool or creative in my life. When I was little, my grandpa used to say it to me all the time. He's like, you're gonna, you know, do something big. And like, I have been doing things that seem sensible. Even in this, like earlier on, she's talking about shadow artists. Shadow artists often choose shadow careers. Those close to the desired art, even parallel to it, but not the art themselves. Intended fiction writers often go into newspapering or advertising, where they can use their gift without taking the plunge into their dreamed-of fiction writing career. Intended artists may become artist managers and derive a great deal of secondary pleasure from serving their dream, even at one remove. I've been doing graphic design. Like, I built my career in graphic design. I am like, it's perfect because it's a mix of art and creativity, and then also it's reasonable. It's realistic. It makes me a living. To read that sort of a validation. Mind you, with graphic design, while I'm not miserable doing it, there's always been kind of an emptiness about it where I'm like, this can't be where I do my greatest work or I have my best idea. So I love that. I was super excited to read that because I was like, the whole point of this book is changing your relationship with your thoughts around your potential and your ability to create great things. I'm really hungry to do that. Like, I feel that I have potential. I feel like that I have really good ideas that I haven't thought of yet, but I want to realize it. Like, I want it to come to life. And I'm sick of shitting on myself and seeing people have the life that I want and being like, why me? Why not me? Why not you? Here's another quote that I liked. Stripped to their essence, our multiple negative beliefs reveal a central negative belief. We must trade one good, beloved dream for another. In other words, if being an artist seems too good to be true, you will devise a price tag for it that strikes you as unpayable. Hence, you remain blocked. And I've always had this fear that if I become successful, I will die. Like, someone will stalk me and ultimately kill me. Like, I can't fathom having the life of my dreams without losing a ton of things. And obviously, to have big amounts of success and like whatever it is that you want in life, you have to sacrifice some things. But I don't want to sacrifice my safety. I don't want to sacrifice my fiance, my relationship with my family, my friends. And here's what she said following that up. To become unblocked, we must recognize our either-or thinking. I can either be romantically happy or an artist. I can either be financially successful or an artist. It is possible, quite possible, to be both an artist and romantically fulfilled. It's quite possible to be an artist and financially successful. Your block doesn't want you to see that. Its whole plan of attack is to make you irrationally afraid of some dire outcome you are too embarrassed to even mention. I've spent so much time being scared. I'm still scared right now, but the people that I admire or I'm jealous of or are doing what I want to be doing, they're not much different from me. Here's the next thing that I highlighted. As blocked creatives, we often sit on the sidelines critiquing those in the game. He's not so talented, we may say, of a currently hot artist. And we may be right about that. All too often, it's audacity and not talent that moves an artist to center stage. That is something that I literally screamed at. You know when you see someone on Instagram or on TikTok and they're posting like a video of them painting a white canvas with like one singular red dot and it gets like 4 million views and you're like, what the fuck? It's not that all of the people in the spotlight are special, chosen, better than you. The only difference between you and those people is audacity. Literally the gall to put yourself out there. It's continuously putting yourself out there. It's seemingly such an easy thing to do, but it's really hard for me. And I'm trying with this YouTube channel, but even this to me feels embarrassing, quite honestly. So basically her whole thing is you are going to have a ton of negative core beliefs about yourself, especially in your morning pages, especially like throughout the day when you're putting yourself out there. So many little random shitty ass thoughts are going to come up. The challenge is to swap those thoughts with an affirmation. When we first start working with affirmations, they may feel dumb, hokey, embarrassing. We can easily, and without embarrassment, bludgeon ourselves with negative affirmations. I'm not gifted enough. I'm not clever enough. I'm not original enough. I'm not young enough. But saying nice things about ourselves is notoriously hard to do. And dude, this reminds me of just even being in high school and like trying on dresses for homecoming or whatever and like sobbing. So easy to absolutely take a huge shit on yourself and convince yourself you are the ugliest, stupidest, least creative, least funny, least interesting person. And then now I look back at those photos and I'm like, what a beautiful young woman that I was. It like breaks my heart. I don't want to waste my life shitting on myself for no one's gain. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I'm daunted by this course because it is a lot of work, but I'm in a chapter where I want to do the work. I want to figure this out. Cheers to that. If you take one thing away from this video, it is have the audacity, girl. Have the gall. Why not? If it's something you want, have the fucking audacity. Whatever. Whatever. Y'all love me and I know it.